Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope everyone's having a great day. As you know, I'm the one and I have a special guest today, David Bernstein. And today he's going to tell his inspirational story of how he went from homeless to selling homes.
Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of my story, my background, and hopefully it'll inspire you guys to never give up in case you're going through something in your life. But to kind of sum it up real quick and give you a little bit of my background. I've been on my own since 15 years old. So you can only imagine being 15 years old and being out in the elements of the world completely alone could be detrimental to somebody. It can make or break you. Make a long story short, when I was little, I was raised by my grandparents, never met my father. My mother had me at a young age, so my grandfather thought it'd be better for me to live with him and my grandmother, and they can provide for me. Make a long story short, around the age of 15, he ended up getting sick with a stroke, and a short while after that ended up passing away. My life turned upside down in a blink of an eye, overnight. So literally at the age of 15, I've been on my own, and that's the first time I was homeless. And it was a struggle. I can tell you, it was a shock. And imagine being out in the world, not knowing where you're going to sleep, where you're going to eat, what are you going to do? Like, really put yourself in that situation. But fast forward that, several years later, down the road, I was working for a company, which I loved, and I was there for about 10 years, and I kept moving up in the ranks, but I moved up to the highest level that I could, and I wanted to always advance and succeed. So what I ended up doing is I tried to go into a different career path, and I tried to become a deputy sheriff in Los Angeles. So I applied. Everyone was very supportive at work. I applied, and make a long story short, I started going through a whole year of the hiring process. Everything was looking good. But right before I was about to start the academy, I told the background investigator that I was becoming more observant in my religion, and I couldn't work on a certain day, which is Saturday, which is the Sabbath. I'm Jewish. So we can't work on the Sabbath.
So that's the sheriff or the other job?
No, the sheriff.
The sheriff?
The sheriff. So the sheriffs actually told me, we're going to have to pause everything and talk about that, because becoming a deputy, you have to be available 365 days a year.
Well, you wouldn't think that you were the first Jewish sheriff.
Exactly, especially NYPD, the New York Police Department. They're very accommodating.
Isn't that the biggest Jewish community
in New York? Yeah, and then the second one's Los Angeles. So you would figure LA County sheriffs would kind of follow behind NYPD, but that was not the case. So I was at that company for almost 10 years, Monday to Friday, benefits, good pay. I had my own apartment. I had a good car. But to be honest with you, I was kind of ungrateful because I always complained. I wanted more money. I wanted a better car. I wanted a bigger home. And then again, everything changed in 1 week. So in the department I was in, and I totally understand, they were very supportive, but since I was leaving to the academy, they had to replace me. And I couldn't give them a specific date when I was going to leave.
So was that really the thing?
Yeah.
That you felt that drop the cards?
Oh yeah. So a whole
year.
year.
It wasn't anything else?
Nope. It was the religious thing. So what
I'm talking about the job that you had already.
Oh yeah. No, it was, they pretty much told me before I changed to a different department, they told me in my review, you reached the top of the pier, financially. So
really?
Yeah, you can't make no more money. Like, you already moved up, you've been here almost 10 years.
But this is a different department.
A different department. So that's why I switched to a different department.
That's how you went.
That's how, yeah. Trying to change new things. And but at that time, I applied to the law enforcement, like, before that.
Did they know?
Oh, yeah, they knew. But, with law enforcement, you just never know if you're going to get selected or not,
But do you think that that was bothersome to them, that you were here, training, learning your job, and you were there, so you were like
absolutely
one foot out already?
Yeah, so I put myself in everyone's shoes, and I got to think as a business too. So I totally understand that everyone was supportive. I had great bosses. Everyone's supportive. You know what? If you get hired by the department, great for you. Go for it. You'd be great at it. But in the meantime, we got this position you can try to move into, and and if the law enforcement thing, you decide not to go down that path,
Then it's
yeah,
there
this
for
path.
you, like something to fall back.
Yeah, and I was very grateful for that. And make a long story short, everything was looking promising for me to start the academy. Right before the academy, my boss pretty much asked me, listen, when are you going to start? Because, I'm going to need to replace you, because it was a small department. Totally understand, totally understandable. The problem is, I couldn't give a specific date. Make a long story
Because
short.
they were already unsure about the holding thing.
Yeah.
So how would you even know?
Yeah, so I don't know, right? So on Monday, I show up to work, and they came to the decision that they can't wait no more, and they have to replace me because I'm already on my way out.
Were you really on the way out? But
No, it was a whole year already of the whole hiring process.
Oh, like in and out.
No. Well, when you apply for the law enforcement, you have to go through backgrounds, through physical agility
So
tests.
when you stated to your old job that I was already on my way out.
Yeah, they knew, but
really, were you on your way out?
yeah, I was about to start the academy.
Oh.
The thing is, right before I wanted to start the academy, they tell you where you're kind of going to be assigned. Not necessarily the actual post orders yet, but they kind of give you an idea. So that's when they told me I was going to be in a detention facility instead of patrol. And that's when I told them, well, listen, I'm becoming a little bit more observant in my religion. And, there's a certain day I can't work. They're like, wait a minute. You have to be available 365 days a year.
Their shifts are super
and I totally get it. But I was under the impression another law enforcement agency accommodates religious accommodations.
Well, religion is a big thing in America. There's so many.
It is, but it wasn't in this situation. What they ended up wording it is availability. They said, you know what? It has nothing to do with your religion. It has everything to do with your availability. If you can't be available 365, 7 days a week, anytime you want, 24 hours a day, then we can't hire you. So would you be okay with that? So I was faced with ignoring my religious beliefs, and and becoming a deputy and starting the academy, or standing firm and saying, no, this is what I believe in. You guys knew about it in the beginning of the hiring process. This is a whole year later.
Which is nothing bad. You're standing for your what you believe in.
Yeah, and everyone should,
and
right?
Was there something bad about it? No.
No, absolutely not. But you know what? I'm not gonna sell myself just for a job. And I took it like, you know what? Maybe this is God's way of saying this is not for me. So I said, I'm sorry. I can't work on this day, and I stood firm. So then they told me I'm sorry. Then it's not gonna work. So I was devastated. I was heartbroken. So Monday, that was on a Tuesday. Monday, I come to work over the weekend, and they told me, you know what, we're gonna be replaced, and since you're about to start the academy, and everything looks so promising, this is gonna be your last. You're pretty much your
last week.
Your last week, pretty much. And I totally understood. Business.
Business
is business.
Yeah.
And I'm a businessman, so I totally understand it. No hard feelings, no nothing. That was Monday. Tuesday, I get a phone call. Mr. Bernstein. So we talked to the superiors, we talked to a panel. Unfortunately, we would not accommodate you or anyone else for religious accommodations. And due to the fact that you can't be available 24/7, 365 availability, and that's what we require, we can't proceed forward since you say we can't. That was Tuesday. So Monday, I lost my job of almost 10 years. Tuesday, I lost my career opportunity. Wednesday, when you work somewhere for almost 10 years and you're used to a paycheck, and you suddenly lose your job, and then you suddenly lose the place that you thought you were going to be working at that took you a whole year to apply, I started to panic. I talked to my landlord, and I told her what happened, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to give you my 30-day notice on my apartment.
So you were already...
you were
already ready for the worst.
I was like, what am I going to do? How am I going to find another high-paying job that I had right away? I mean, it was just like, I don't want to... the first to come around, and I don't have money for the rent, and at that time I wasn't really saving, but there's a big lesson behind this. Anyways, So Monday, lost my job. Tuesday, I lost my career opportunity. Wednesday, I pretty much lost my apartment. 30 days later, I gave the keys to my apartment. Goodbye. Lost my apartment. So here I was, kind of an ungrateful person. Wanted more money, wasn't satisfied with what I had, didn't count my blessings. I had a nice Lexus. I wanted a newer one. I had a nice apartment by myself. I wanted something else. And there's nothing wrong with trying to better yourself.
Not at all.
Nothing wrong. But you gotta appreciate what you have. And that's one of the biggest lessons here. So what ended up happening is I ended up being homeless. Who I thought were friends weren't really friends. Who I thought was gonna be there for me wasn't there. Remember, I really don't have any family support. I have a small, tiny family. My mom is only child, so that means I don't have any aunts or uncles, no cousins. I was raised by my grandparents, never met my father, so that family side, non-existent. And my mother lives in San Diego, but she really was never there for me throughout my life, and she remarried and had her own life. So I was literally by myself. Now remember, this happened something similar when I was 15. So flashbacks, I started getting depressed, anxiety. Make a long story short, I started living in my car. People on the outside see me driving around in a Lexus. Well, guess what? That Lexus was all I had, and that was my home. I'm sleeping in my car, taking showers at the beach in front of mansions in Coronado. Had to find where to park because, you don't want no one disturbing you. And who knew that later on, I'm going to try to be selling those same mansions.
Yeah.
Right? So anyways, I got into depression. I got, I went to, I started getting anxiety. I was on the low of the lows. No family support. Who I thought was going to be there for me wasn't. Luckily, I had a couple of friends that were really there. And you guys know who you are. And thank you very much. And he's one of them, by the way. So you got to always hold them to heart, no matter what. So I got depressed. And what happens, a lot of people when they get depressed and they're a religious person, they start looking to God, right? So that's what ended up happening with me. My relationship with God started getting a little bit stronger and stronger.
And who became more stronger?
Me. When you become stronger with God, you become stronger yourself. So what I ended up doing, I started going to a Bible study that my synagogue had. And they paired you up with a study partner.
See, but if you think of this was already supposed to happen in the beginning.
Thank you. And you just said something I was going to mention.
It's always in front of your eyes. The answer is always in front of your eyes.
Exactly.
But you're so blinded by your greed and what you want and your feelings.
Exactly.
You just have to stop and look around you. It could be the smallest thing. It could just be a seed. And you're like, what am I supposed to do with this seed? Grow it, and what do you get? You get fed off a seed. This is where everything we eat comes from. Yeah. Right? So
that's so
in
true.
the beginning, that was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But you just didn't see it.
Exactly. So I got paired with this wonderful guy who was meeting with me every Monday. We were studying the Bible back and forth. And I don't know why I never asked him what he did for a living, because I would only see him once a week. But eventually we ended up talking about more personal lives instead of just Bible, during snack time and stuff. And he said, you know what, I'm in real estate. I said, wow, that's pretty cool. I mean, how do you like it? Now, when I was a little kid, that's something I always kind of thought about. I used to play around with those playhouses and stuff like that. But it was, how sometimes someone might have different career choices, plan A, B, and C. Well, that was one of them. But he kind of sparked my interest. And he goes, and I told him, I opened up, and I told him what I was going through. And he said, you know what? You got nothing to lose. You got nothing going on at this moment. You should try to get your real estate license. That's when the light hit me, pretty much, because from being homeless, I said to myself, what a better way to embark into a new journey, into a new career, and start fresh, than to get into real estate and help people get homes and help them from them ever being homeless.
And knowing the feeling.
And knowing
having the feeling that something's over your head that you earned.
Dude, when you hand over someone's keys to their hand and you tell them, this is the key to your house, congratulations, you're approved, or congratulations, you're a homeowner. That is mind blowing.
And imagine how it feels to them.
Exactly. So to me, it's not about transactions and money and commissions. Of course, I gotta make a living, but for me, it's about relationships.
So your total mindset of before changed.
Right there, I had some hope, because at one point I'm thinking, okay,
me.
And I'm like, okay, I'm not that young, but I'm not that old, but, you know, I lost my job of 10 years, my career opportunity, obviously I don't want to go, it was too draining, and I planned for a whole year and this and that. I'm like, I'm not going to do that no more. Maybe this is my calling. Everything happens for a reason, and I'm a firm believer of that. Yes, everything happens for a reason. You meet people in life for a reason, and there's always a lesson. So when you go through something bad in life, don't get discouraged. Don't look at it like a problem. Look at it like, okay, this is a lesson.
Let me break it down.
Let me break it down. This is a lesson I'm going through. What's the solution? What's it trying to teach me? So learn from it, because there's a lesson. Try to figure out what to do to fix it.
And what is it going to make me better at?
And believe me. So next time when you're faced with a situation like that, God forbid, you grab it by the horns, and it ain't gonna stop you.
Or be still and just look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it straight in the eyes. Like, you know when they say, you ready for the bull?
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta. What do? You stand your ground.
You stand your ground.
But you gotta examine what you're looking at. You can't just say, oh, I'm done. My life is over. Which happens to a lot of people.
Exactly. So you gotta have hope. You gotta learn in the lesson. You gotta think logically. Don't think with emotion. Because when you think with emotion, it's gonna cloud your judgment. So think logically. Ask advice from people, knowledgeable people that, you know. Surround yourself with good people.
Yes.
Audit your circle. Just how you unfriend people on Facebook, do that in real life.
You need a good support group.
You need a good support group. You need people that are gonna back you up, inspire you, help you, motivate you, inspire you, listen to you, care for you. If they don't do any of that, they don't belong in your circle.
Give you a little kick in the ass every now and then because you're being a baby.
Sometimes you need a smack in your tuchus.
Yeah.
But seriously, you know, so that happened, right? Fast forward, I ended up getting my real estate license. Thank God. You know, things started turning turning around. And I ended up joining that guy's team. We started real estate. He helped me get my first deal. And, you know, the rest is history. Now I get a joy of helping people sell and buy homes. And for me, it's the best feeling ever. And I'm helping people invest in their future, right? Because if I would have done that for myself, I'm just going to give an example here that most people don't think about. Let's say I would have bought a triplex and I had 2 units rented out. That pretty much would pay for most of the mortgage. And I would live in the other unit pretty much practically for free or for a little bit. Depending what the loan is, right? But I wouldn't be homeless. So if I can help people and educate them and help them do a decision like that, to me,
But it was there all along.
It was there all along, and you know, you just gotta open up, and you gotta be able to embrace it and go for it, man. Don't be scared. Life is short. No. Life is short, man. If you want something, go for it. I'm all about change. Hey, man, I jumped from one career to another like nothing. I loved it.
But can you say that life is hard? But is it beautiful?
Life is beautiful. There's definitely obstacles.
But is life hard?
It could be very hard, yeah. It could be hard, but it's all on you, though.
It is.
Do you want to make it hard?
It's the perception that you're seeing it in. Yes, life is hard, but I love the reward of seeing that sun come up every day.
Absolutely.
I love the reward of hearing those birds waking me up so damn early.
Absolutely. There's something that always gets me going. And I'm going to wrap it up real quick. Something that really gets me going is this. The fact that at any moment, really think about this, guys. At any moment, it could be in the next 5 minutes, in the next hour, it could be tomorrow morning. At any moment, something amazing could happen. We can get a phone call right now. Some great news. You could win the lottery tomorrow. You could meet the next, your wife or husband at the gas station, your future one. You can get a call that your wife's going to have a kid. You can help somebody. You can save a life. Anything can happen at any moment. You have to keep reminding yourself of that. And remember, look for the solution and stuff, the lesson behind it.
Break it down.
Break it down. Be optimistic. This cup can be half full or half empty. The reality is it's filled up halfway, right? It's all on you. It's all on you. If you don't like it,
don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Pour into it, man. And you can pour to it by making changes.
But who pours into it? I know I poured into yours, but who poured into it? You pour into your own cup.
Exactly.
You can ask for help and say, I need assistance, which is, there's nothing wrong with it. But as he was saying, like anything amazing can happen at this moment, you're hearing somebody's story that I am so proud of that I could never imagine him being here and telling a story right now. Like I'm more prouder than ever.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for him being here, and I respect him with everything, and I tell him all the time. I'd say I'm happy you're doing
Thank
good.
you.
I'm happy you're having a crappy day because look, then you get to talk to me.
Exactly.
And I don't mind. I don't
Exactly.
mind listening. And like I tell him all the time, I love him. You're like a brother to me, and I thank him for everything. Even just listening to him or hearing that he's happy, I'm happy. So that's and to me that's amazing. I'm glad you're here. I love you
Thank
for
you.
the most.
Hey, me too, man.
And
Thank
I
you so much.
thank you for this story.
No,
But
thank you for having me, and thank you for believing in me. Thank you for being there for me, and thank you for having me here, man. And thank you for being a real friend, because real friends are hard to come by. So when you have them, make sure you don't let them
Because
go.
in the end, I didn't know him anything, and he didn't know me anything. But I was always a shoulder, I was always the ear, and he was the same for me. And look, I didn't go look for him and say, hey, that one day you owed me. No, I didn't. I was just there because I was supposed to be there, right?
Yeah.
You just have to
happens for
open
a
your
reason.
eyes.
Open your eyes. Everything happens for a reason. So back then, real quick, at that moment, I said, "Why? Why is this happening to me? Why?" You know what? Everything was supposed to happen the way it happened. And if you ask me right now, would I change anything? I wouldn't. Thank God I was homeless, because it taught me lessons. Thank God I lost my job, because it made me look for another opportunity. Thank God that happened, because I got into a career that I love. Thank God that happened, because now I'm helping other people, you know? And, we take things for granted very easily, and, just count your blessings, please. The fact that your heart is beating right now, that's a miracle in its own.
Especially in this time.
In this time
Be
right
thankful
now.
that you're safe and healthy.
Yeah, you're healthy, then you know what? Any problem right now is temporary. You can fix it. Don't worry about it. It's not going to last forever. Just be optimistic. Be grateful. Count your blessings. You know what I mean? You can always try to achieve more, but be happy with what you got. Because guess what? I got humbled in the blink of an eye, and I lost everything. And it humbled me. Okay? So I just don't want you guys to go through that. So learn from other people's experiences.
Okay, and then if you want to see any of his houses, which are super amazing, didn't you just go to Alicia Keys' new house?
Yeah, I do a lot of celebrity home tours and stuff. So you guys can find me on Agent Bernstein on YouTube or Instagram, or just find me on Facebook at David Bernstein. And if you guys need any help, I'm here to help you, and enjoy my content and follow him.
Okay, so everyone, I thank you for your
Thank
story.
you.
I thank you again.
Thank you so
and
much.
I'm gonna thank you again.
Hey, no, thank you.
And everybody, follow him. He's the best. I tell him all the time.
He's the best.
Okay, so we're gonna ask each other a couple questions. These are random questions that we selected. Okay, so this is gonna be for you.
Okay.
If you could change your name, what would you change it to, and why?
Good question, David. For some of you that already know me from the past, my birth name was Fabian. I never liked it. I never liked the sound of it. I never liked the feel of it. I couldn't even pronounce it when I was a little kid. I'm a firm. I embrace change, and I
How
like
did you
change.
say it when you were a little kid?
I always got stuck on the F. So I'm like, Fabian. They're like, huh?
Are you sure?
Is it Fabio? Is it Fabian? Ah, man. Anyways, I said, you know what? Let me honor my grandfather's uncle that helped him after my grandfather survived the Holocaust. His name's David. So what I did is I legally removed Fabian and went by my middle name legally, which is David. So now I'm David Bernstein. So that's why. So it's an honor to a family member that helped someone. And it's a name that I always
There's
liked.
lots of great Davids in the
Yeah,
world.
King David, And so that's the name I would pick. So, one question. Oh, do you think you're brave?
Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. The reason I do is because to put this out there to the world and to everybody close to me was really hard, because I've always felt like I was a perfectionist, and to not be who I am and like to feel weak at times. And if like Fabian, if you knew me, would you have believed that this happened to me?
No, but I'm just glad that you open up, because you inspire people and you help people, and it's important to speak about stuff, because you never know who you're gonna inspire, and you never know who you're gonna help, man.
Yeah, because I tried really hard. I said, I'm gonna do my best. I have to be myself, and I wasn't gonna give up, because I wouldn't say depending on me, but I missed my loved ones. I missed myself. I missed my job. I missed my life. So my inspiration, and I did look to God, and I found the answer, and guess what it was in front of me? Just be yourself. Take day by day. Take moment by moment. If you need a break, give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. That's all you need. It could be 1 second. It could be a walk in your favorite place, a shade under your favorite tree. That's where I used to find them all the time.
Yeah.
And
Hot
that's all
days.
it needs. So just give yourself a break, because you're brave also. So just do what you got to do. It's only about you, and you're the one that fills your cup, as we say. Fill your cup. Overflow it with happiness. It's your life, and like I tell everybody, when you wake up in the morning, you don't wake up in anybody's body other than yourself. So you make your own happiness. So that's
in
why,
your hands.
to me, I think I'm brave, because I never in a million years I would think I would tell anybody. It was so hard for me. I was, as you can see in my first video, I was almost robotic because I had to read the script, because I was like, I can't do this. But I did it, and I feel way better. I feel great. I feel like uplifted, and now I can talk to people like, what's your problem? How can I help you? Right?
Exactly.
Okay, so this is a good one. Fabian, what are you most afraid of?
What am I most afraid of? That's a very good question. Like a lot of people, I think I'm afraid of failure. And not failure in society's
Yeah, because I
version,
was
you
going to
know.
say, to me,
It's failure. I don't want to fail myself. I don't want to fail God. You know, I don't want to fail myself. You know, so that's a fear of mine. You know, I always try to achieve my goals, and you know, if I don't achieve something that I really try to, I feel like I failed. But the good thing about me is I don't give up.
do you think you're being hard on yourself again?
Yeah, but sometimes you need to, because if you check yourself, it makes you kind of like step into reality, and it makes you, you know, everyone has their own certain way of how to go about things, right?
Or like push them?
Yeah, so that's the way of pushing myself.
So
And
you know how to push yourself, and you know
absolutely,
your limits.
absolutely. You know, and you know, but I'm very optimistic. If you guys follow me on stuff, people that know me, I'm pretty motivational. I do motivational videos, motivational posts, because I want to inspire people. Hey, you know, it's up to you. Like how he mentioned, it's up to you. You run your life. Do you want to live it negative or positive? There's always something to be positive about.
And but this is what I can tell you. 1 million people can give you a compliment, but what you're always going to remember is the insult. And don't dwell on that.
That's true.
Because it's just another person throwing out something that they're unhappy for. So why not, instead of throwing an insult back or getting mad, asking them, why? Are you okay? Or just throwing out something nice about them. Kill them with kindness. And I wouldn't even say kill them. Uplift them with kindness.
Yeah,
Because that's what we really need. Like, he uplifted me to the most I couldn't, and that's why when it was his time, I just couldn't say or just not be there for him. I'm like, Fabian, David, don't worry, I'm here. I will sleep on the couch, you can sleep on my bed. I didn't care. I just couldn't have him suffering for no reason. He was just too great to me. He uplifted me and made me feel like I was $1 million.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And you did.
Thank you.
So this is a question for both of us. Last question.
Okay.
And then we're gonna finish this full cup. I think, I don't know after mine's evaporating,
Yeah.
maybe, but are you happy with life now?
Yes, I'm happy with life now. Of course, I'm not where I want to be yet, and I'm on my way there. Life is a journey, and I'm enjoying the ride. Yeah, there's bumps. Yeah, there's quick turns. It's a roller coaster ride, but guess what? I love thrills, and bring it at me. You know, as long as I'm alive and I'm healthy, and I have a chance to achieve my goals, and I have the opportunity, yeah, I'm happy with it. How about you?
I'm happy with your life. To me, whenever I message you, I'm like, oh, you're in Beverly Hills again. I'm jealous. But it's just perception. So to me, I would say, yeah, I'm 50-50. Because I'm not where I want to be mentally, but I'm where I want to be, how would you say, career-wise?
Yeah.
But there's always room for improvement. I'm never going to short sell myself, as you would say. And to me, helping another person is what I'm here for. So there's always going to be somebody to help. And now that I felt this or this happened to me, I see everybody and I'm like, hey, how are you doing? And people are surprised because not everybody would ask that. And not only that, I stop and I listen.
There.
I would go to a person across the street just standing there, and I'm like, hey, what are you looking at? Just to start a conversation. Because it could be just one moment that they need. God, can you please just show me somebody that cared? And maybe it was me. Or maybe it was that bird that flew over your head. But you just got to look up. You have to see the sign. So I think 50-50, I'm not where I want to be. But
you'll get
I'm
there.
never going to stop. I'm never going to stop chasing.
He's going to get where he wants to be.
I'm never going to stop. So I'll always say that there's room for improvement, and I'll always say there's somebody for help. So if you need help, I'm here for you. If you see him in the street, he's here for you. He probably won't stop because his windows are very tinted and his music's very loud. But we're here for you. You can reach out to us in any way. You can write us a letter, send us an email, DM us, or find us on YouTube and Instagram. I'm going to be here for you. I said he's going to be here for you. So the messages for today is just be strong. If it's just going to be, if you're going to weather the storm, remember how it is in San Diego. The weather is crazy. It could just be for 1 hour. But you weathered it, and you can be so proud of yourself.
And then the sun comes out.
Yep. So dream big and chase those dreams.
You can do it.
So until next time, everybody, I want to thank you, David.
Oh, thank you.
David. See, I said it right.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I'll see you next time. I love you all, and I'm always going to be here for you. So I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, you guys.